So this week we've got a couple of new items, a burger and a drink, cheesy McCrispy and frozen cherry lemonade, which sounds pretty good. So stick around, you'll see exactly how I rated it, what it cost me, and ultimately the advertised versus reality. So as we do every week, finishing off the unboxing. It's not unboxing, is it? Unbagging, but same difference. And as you saw there, the cheesy McCrispy. So obviously McCrispy's been around for ages. That's nothing new. The frozen cherry lemonade, I believe, is new. And there's also one other item, I think a toffee apple pie. But I'm sure they've done the toffee apple pie before. So maybe just new to this launch. And obviously the toffee crisp even last week. So as we get onto the review, and obviously this first part, which is the same as every week, the unboxing as opposed to unbagging. So the halloumi fries, just to try them again, just to see if they're any different to last week. Fries as standard. I was actually going to go just for the burger on its own, but I thought just have a meal, just see what the fries were like. Again this week, probably still horrendous, but we'll see. And then the frozen cherry lemonade, which I've never had. I don't think I've ever had any of their frozen range drinks before. Apology if it's a little bit hay fever sounding. Not brilliant this week, but not as bad as last week or the week before, so that's got to be a good thing. Hopefully with the weather and the heat and everything else, but again, waffling. Apology, I'm waffling. So yeah, coming up to the first item, and obviously you'll see the prices which are there. Not particularly cheap, and that is the burger on its own, £7.39. I think that is a lot of money. And to be perfectly honest with you, the frozen cherry lemonade, £3, whatever it was, £3.19. That's a lot of money for frozen drink. I mean, what else is it? It's just frozen drink. I know. Everybody that watches these videos probably thinks, he moans, just moan. It's not moaning. It's about the fact that you're trying to get the value for what you're paying. Same as anything else in life. And the more that this happens, the more the value will obviously go down and the price will just keep going up. So this is the whole point of the reviews. Let's start with the fries. They weren't particularly bad this week. They were pretty crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, not squidgy, so they hadn't been left out obviously for a while. They hadn't gone soggy. They were pretty decent-ish fries. They're still McDonald's fries. And I know somebody that's been a long-term subscriber, or hope they still are, loves the McDonald's fries. And I'm not saying I don't like them, but they're just McDonald's fries. At least they're consistent. Let's put it that way. So obviously with both sauces, I thought I'd have the same again. The sweet chili comes with the halloumi, and obviously the Frank's Red Hot, which I don't know whether I'm getting a little bit addicted to in terms of ordering anything from McDonald's, and obviously had the kind of spicy or hot, more to the point, sauce with it. And it is a really good sauce. I think they're keeping it. I'm pretty sure they're keeping it because they keep advertising have hot with everything. So that was the fries and the sauces. The halloumi wasn't any different, so it's obviously consistent, but they just need to have I don't know what it is, like I say, a little bit thicker halloumi and maybe a little bit less coating maybe, but I know you can't get kind of much less. So yeah, I mean, they're pretty good as far as halloumi fries goes. But again, they could improve, they could be slightly better. So, if you try them, again, as I've probably not said for a long time, comment down below. What do you think of McDonald's offerings? I mean, ultimately, these videos are reviews for everybody else to kind of see what they're getting. So that's the halloumi fries. And we're on to now part of the main event, which is the cheesy McCrispy. So just to go over what it is, and as you can see there, advertised versus reality, quite different. 100% chicken breast fillet in a crispy, crunchy coating, served with lettuce, crispy onions, pink pickled onion chutney, bacon, white cheddar cheese slices, and deluxe cheese sauce. Now, the deluxe cheese sauce is very close to the Philly cheesesteak type sauce. I think it's actually a good addition. I didn't have, and I know people will slate me, but I didn't have the pink pickled onion chutney. It just sounded too much. It might have made the burger, don't get me wrong. Obviously, crispy onions, I think they kind of add to the whole flavour. They don't take over, so I left them on. But yeah, everything else, I mean, the bacon was a good addition. The cheesy sauce definitely was a good addition. But it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's like missing flavour almost. You've got the sauce and the cheese, and it's not that strong. but compared to a standard McCrispy, I suppose the cheese sauce does kind of raise it up that level. The bacon, I think, is definitely a good addition. Cheese and bacon, is standard. I think that's a winning combo in any other restaurant. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're clutching at straws a bit with, adding these little bits on, like I say, the pink pickled onion chutney, the additional crispy onions. It's a bit like one of these, have you seen the jacket potato guys where they just chuck all the little kind of extra bits on? It's not really that they kind of suit each other, compared to what the person's having. Kind of like this burger. It's not like they all really kind of, what's the word, like kind of like gel together. The cheese sauce, I think, would be fine without the crispy onions, and probably doesn't really need the pink pickled onion chutney. Maybe it does. Maybe I'll try it next week and I'll be proven wrong. So it was a good burger. And I think the bun is a farmhouse, although it doesn't say it, like a farmhouse roll, I think they call it, or something like that. But definitely a nice bun. So just to finish off with the desserts, or in terms of the meal, is the Smarties McFlurry, which I don't think I've ever had a Smarties McFlurry, but there's definitely more Smartie bits in it than there was in terms of although they put it in the different container, box, whatever you want to call it. Definitely more Smartie bits, and it was actually a pretty decent McFlurry. So just to finish off completely is now the drink. Obviously I've got Tango with it as well, but the frozen cherry lemonade. So tangy frozen lemonade with a delicious sweet cherry flavoured swirl. The swirl kind of gets mishmashed in together, but you can kind of see the red at the bottom. But it was a really nice, especially in this weather, a really nice kind of refreshing drink. The mix of the lemonade and the cherry, obviously you see the cherry at the bottom, was really good. I mean, I obviously didn't say this and you didn't see it, but adding that to the McFlurry, just a scoop of that into the McFlurry and kind of a little mix and swirl around, I think that was really a nice little hack, let's say, of a McFlurry. But as far as iced or slushies go, which is kind of what it is, it's not bad. For £3.19, I'm not so sure. I mean, the prices are not going down. £3.19. They're not going down, but as far as the McFlurry goes for £2.09, that seems a bit more realistic. So on to the ratings, not particularly brilliant, 8.5, 8.5, 7, 7 and 8. So if you want to pause that and have a look. Overall, not a bad meal. I appreciate everybody watching, and if you haven't, check out these videos.